Welcome back to the channel. Today we will draw an extremely cute and colorful picture together, a clownfish. Clownfish are famous for their bright orange color, prominent white patches, and very characteristic cuteness. They are also known as small residents living in coral reefs and often make friends with sea anemones. Today's picture will be both fun and relaxing and especially suitable for those who want to practice their skills in drawing marine creatures. Prepare paper pencils, erasers, and colors. Sit comfortably so we can start. Before putting pen to paper, imagine the shape of a clownfish. Unlike long-bodied fish, clownfish have a short, round, chubby body and are slightly curved like a tilted drop of water. Their colors are outstanding, so the layout also needs to be clear so that when coloring, we have space to show off the brilliance. Now let's start sketching. On your paper, draw an oval that is slightly tilted to the right or left, depending on the direction you want your clownfish to swim. Keep it light as we will be making adjustments. Once the body is in place, create the head by sketching a soft curve that takes up about a third of the body. The head of a clownfish is round but has a slight concave shape where the mouth is, so you can gently draw a small curve at the front to give the impression that the mouth is sticking out a little. Next, add a slight curve that separates the head from the body where you will fill in the distinctive white color later. Now for the eyes. Clownfish have round eyes that are quite large in relation to the body. Place one eye at the front of the head, but avoid placing it too close to the edge. Draw the eye as a circle with a black pupil inside, and don't forget to leave a small highlight for a sparkling effect. The eyes are what make the clownfish look more lively and adorable. Next, draw the dorsal fin. Clownfish have a dorsal fin that extends from the head to the end of the body, but the main part is the largest in the middle. Draw a curve above the body, creating a wavy shape. Clownfish dorsal fins usually have a black edge, so you will leave this part for color later. Now for the side fins. Clownfish have two pectoral fins that are quite round and soft. Draw one fin right under the eye, slightly tilted forward as if the clownfish is swimming. If you want to make the drawing more vivid, you can draw one fin spread out and the other hidden behind the body. Under the belly of the fish, you also draw a small ventral fin to create balance for the overall look. Once the body and fins are clear, we move on to the tail. The clownfish tail is quite wide, shaped like a small fan. Draw the tail slightly open to the sides and extending downwards. Remember that the clownfish tail also has a black edge, so you can leave a little space to color it in later. Next, we will draw the clownfish's characteristic color patches. On the body sketch, 3 large white patches. One patch right behind the head, one in the middle of the body, and one near the tail. Each white patch is surrounded by thin black borders, which helps the orange color stand out more and creates the true characteristics of the clownfish. When sketching the areas, use soft strokes. Avoid dividing the body too hard so that the picture looks natural and harmonious. Once you have completed the sketch, check the overall picture. Is the body balanced? Are the fins too small or too large? Are the white patches in the right position? If you see any areas that are not reasonable, gently edit and erase the excess lines. This is an important step to make the picture have a beautiful and clear composition when moving to the coloring stage. Now we will start coloring. If you are using colored pencils, start with a light orange layer covering the whole body except for the white patches. Then gradually increase the intensity with a darker orange, especially on the belly, near the back, and near the white patches. This will give the fish more depth and prevent it from being flat. For the white patches, you can paint a light white layer, or just leave the paper as is, then use a light gray to shade near the edge. The black outline is important, so paint it dark but soft, not too sharp to keep it natural. If you use watercolor brush, a thin layer of orange over the entire body, except for the white patches. Wait for the first layer to dry, then use a darker orange to create the shadows. Watercolor will give a very nice effect to the clownfish, especially when you create gentle transitions between light orange and dark orange. For the black outline, you should use a small brush to keep the lines thin and neat. After painting the body of the fish, you can create more surroundings to make the picture more vivid. Clownfish often live in sea anemones, so you can draw a few soft anemone branches below. They usually have long round tentacles that move as if they are swaying in the water. Choose a purple, pink, or blue color to contrast with the orange of the fish. However, you don't want to draw too many details because the main character is still our clownfish. If you want to add some background, you can use a light blue color to create depth. Let the color flow naturally, creating the feeling of the sea moving. You can add some small bubbles around the mouth of the fish to create a swimming effect. You can also add some soft white light rays in the upper corner to simulate the light shining down from the sea surface. When the drawing is almost complete, take a final look. Are the eyes bright enough? Are the fins soft? Does the fish's body have the color gradient you want? This is the time to add some light shadows under the belly or some highlights on the back to make the drawing more vivid. Just a little final adjustment can make your character cute and full of life. Thank you for accompanying me to the end of the video. I hope this tutorial not only helps you draw a beautiful clownfish, but also brings you relaxation joy and creative inspiration. If you like this content, please leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more sea creature drawing tutorials and other interesting art topics. Have a peaceful and creative day. Welcome to today's drawing tutorial. Our topic is the squirrel, a small but extremely smart, lovely, and energetic animal. The squirrel is a familiar image in the park on the treetops, or in the deep forest with bright eyes, cute fluffy fur, and a long soft tail that always curls up behind. In this voice-only video, you will listen and draw at your own pace and can stop at any step to adjust. With just drawing paper pencil and, if possible, add a little color, you will create a vivid, close, but still artistic picture. First, imagine a small squirrel sitting on a tree branch, two hands tightly holding a chestnut. Eyes wide open, observing the surroundings as if it has just discovered something interesting. Start drawing by sketching a small oval for the head tilted slightly to the left or right as you like. From the top, you drag down a larger shape to create the body. Squirrels have a soft body, not too wide like a rabbit, nor too muscular, so you can create round, gentle curves to show a soft and flexible appearance. Once you have finished the overall shape, move on to sketching the face. Squirrels have round, bright, and very flexible eyes, usually located on the top of the head, slightly tilted outward. And when drawing, you should leave a small white dot to create a reflective light to help the eyes look soulful. Then there is the small triangular nose, located right in the middle of the face. Draw the mouth with a gentle curve, which can be slightly open if you want to create the feeling of gnawing on a chestnut. Add a few small lines on the lips and under the chin to create whiskers. Small but very important details to highlight the squirrel's expression. From the head down to the body, draw two small hands holding an oval chestnut. The squirrel's hands are short but agile, so use small curved lines to show the fingers grabbing the nut. The two hind legs are placed under the body, slightly curved as if balancing on a tree branch. On the ground or on a branch, the squirrel's sitting posture is quite typical, small but firm and alert. When drawing the legs, remember to add small curves to create the feeling of soft fur covering the body surface. At this point, the most characteristic part of the squirrel cannot be ignored: the tail. The squirrel's tail is very large, curved, and usually takes up almost half of the total body shape, creating a soft and graceful impression. Draw the tail with a large curve extending from the hips up, then looping back like a question mark. Then add short consecutive strokes to evoke the feeling of fluffy, soft, and thick fur. Just draw each small stroke close together, and in the same direction you will create the effect of a soft, rich, and round tail like a real one. Once the shape is complete, the next step is to create a block with a pencil. Identify an imaginary light source from above or in front. Areas that receive light, such as the head back and top of the tail, should be painted lighter. Conversely, hidden areas such as the belly under the arms or inside the tail folds should be painted darker. Squirrels have soft fur, so you need to use soft and even pencil strokes, avoiding sharp cuts that make the body stiff and rough. Paint in light layers from light to dark to create depth, especially around the neck and face where the transition from light to dark is easy to express emotions. If you use color, the drawing will be more vivid. Most squirrels are brown, yellow, or light red. You can apply a light base color first, then gradually darken the shadow areas. The tail is usually colored from light at the edge to dark at the base, creating a fluffy and thick feeling. Chestnuts can use dark brown with a light shaded beak to increase realism. The eyes should be black or dark brown, but still keep the highlights small to create vitality. If you draw squirrels on a tree branch, add a few rough broken lines to show the rough bark, creating a contrast with the soft fur of the squirrel. Now that everything is almost done, take a few seconds to look at the overall picture. Check that the head-body-tail ratio is okay. The eyes are in the right position and the tail is soft and prominent enough. If you find any part lacking depth, you can add more shadows in the transitions, or add a few small strokes of fur to soften the body. Don't be afraid to tweak, as small adjustments can make a big difference in the sense of shape and realism of the picture. You can also add background to increase the emotional depth. A few leaves gently blowing in the wind, a bit of light shining through the tree canopy, or a few small dust particles around the squirrel's feet can also make the picture much cuter and more lively. If you want to be more energetic, you can draw the squirrel running, jumping, or climbing a tree. If you like a peaceful feeling, just having the squirrel sit still holding a nut and looking into the distance is enough to create a very unique story. And when you're done, remember that it's not just about having a beautiful drawing that matters, but about how each stroke appears on the paper, how each detail takes shape, and how each small decision helps you perfect your observation and control of the drawing. Squirrels are a great subject to practice shapes, fur, and facial expressions, challenging but fun. Have fun creating, and see you in the next tutorials where we will continue to turn blank paper into living images full of emotion and meaning. And when the coloring is complete, you can take a minute to observe the vivid feeling that the painting brings. If you want to take your work to a higher level, try adding some additional details such as falling yellow leaves, some half-eaten chestnuts, or the soft line of a ray of sunlight shining down from the corner of the page. Each detail like that will give your painting depth and the feeling that it is telling a real